I saw your video and I didn't understand what you meant by chromatic.
That's what the man doing the tutorial says. Oh, the chords need to be played chromatic. Kind of, I don't know. I'm assuming that he starts on the root of the chord and kind of finger picking some strings down below.
I mean, yeah, it's possible he might know some things that I don't know about chords, but
And I don't believe that.
you can't learn everything. But I think chromatically means that it moves, every that's moving chromatically up or down, right? So, the video sounded great. It looked good. Your voice sounded really nice.
Thank you. Okay.
Are you still doing the exercises?
Yeah. Yes, of course.
I can tell. It sounds really nice. Yeah. So, can you show me more of the finger picking on that song you were playing for me in the video? There's one thing I
Okay.
wanted to suggest that I noticed.
Okay. Maybe I take a picture of the introduction. Okay, I send you a picture of the introduction. Is the chord progression.
Okay. Okay, let me see. All right, I'm looking at it right now. Okay, E minor, B7, E minor, E7, A minor, E minor, C, B7, E minor. Okay. Beautiful. I love those chord changes. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, if I don't know. Yeah. What do you want us to do?
Well, I was noticing when you were finger picking, there's a little thing I want to fix that you were doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So can you show me just play part of it finger picking like you normally would?
Um, just as I put it there, I'm kind of patching it. I'm guessing. I just saw the video once, and I saw that something like that, and I said, okay, maybe I can. Okay, so the first one is E minor, right? And I don't know if I should start up here and how far.
Okay, that's right. Okay, right there. That's what I was thinking. If you want to play all of the like if you wanted to play all of the six strings, you never really use your pinky when you're picking,
Okay.
right? So you would do something like this,
Oh,
like that. Something like that. Because you want to, since you're playing all six strings, in that case you would have your three fingers, on the high strings and use your thumb for the bass strings, right? Does that make sense?
okay.
So yeah, let me show you. Yeah, so it would look like this. That's going up. Can you see it? See, look at my thumb. You see the difference? Just like that. Right. Just like that. Yeah. And that way, yeah, because we just don't really use our pinky for finger picking.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
it. That was the only thing that I saw.
Uh, uh, so how many do I have to for each chord? Do I have to go through all the strings?
No, no,
No.
no. And this is the great thing. Remember when I told you, I think last time, when you're singing a song, when you're playing a song, it's always your arrangement. So you can play it any way you want. Whatever feels right to you. As long as you're playing the correct chords and as long as you're singing in tune, you can do whatever you want.
Okay, just bear with me. I'm gonna make this brief. So I'm starting with E minor. I'm starting to play in here. What about B7?
Okay, so with B7, let me ask you a question. What's the first name of the B7 chord?
Oh
It's
no!
really easy. Remember, chords have a first name and a last name, right? What's the first name?
I don't know.
It's B.
Well, no.
B7. Last name is 7, right?
Oh my god, that was a tricky question. Oh my
I promise I'm not trying to trick you. But
God.
the point is, so you're gonna put your thumb on the root. You're gonna put your thumb on that lowest B, right? Which is gonna be here. Right? It's on that A string, second fret. Right? Yeah. So your second finger, this one here, because it makes no sense to put your thumb on the E string because that's not part of the chord, right?
Yeah, this is how I play B7. I have to move.
I know it takes a little bit of,
Um,
yeah, that looks
so
better. Yep.
and then A, and then
That's right. Perfect. That's just how I play it. Yeah. Right. So your thumb is going to go on that A string, and that note is B, right? Because open A, B. That's the B for B7.
B and A. Huh. Okay. I thought I should start in here on the E.
No, because E is not part of that chord.
Hopefully, one day that will click. I still is too foreign to me.
Well, you'll get it. Because remember we said a chord, so the first name, the chords have a first name and a last name. The first name is always a letter, right? It's A, B, C, D, whatever. And that's also the root. And remember, a root for a tree is the lowest part of the tree. So the root is the lowest note. So it's always going to be B for B7, or E for the E chord, or C for the C chord, right? So right there. Yeah.
Okay, and if I do the same that I did with E minor, I do this.
I'm sorry. Can you say that first part again? I didn't quite hear you.
Okay, if I try to use the same style way, so I should start with my thumb and A.
That's right. On that B note. That's yeah.
Okay, okay. Let's see if I got you. So A minor. So the root is D.
For A minor,
Mm-hmm.
what's the first name of the chord?
A.
So the root is A.
So I thought that B minor, since my middle finger was on A string, that's why I needed to start on A. But I guess not.
No, it's the A string, but you're not playing an A, right? Because if you're at the second fret of the A string, what note is that? It's not A anymore.
B.
That's B. Yeah, and that's the first name of the B7 chord, and that's the root.
That sounds beautiful.
Do you want to play it like that?
Huh?
I can teach you how to play it like that if you want. It's not that hard. It's really not.
That I said is like a E minor. It's high. It's hard.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And then B7. Okay, B7
Hmm.
and A, right?
On the A string, but you're playing the B note. Yep.
And change. Because when I'm playing E minor, I start on E,
That's right.
and then the tone goes down to A.
That's right.
Okay, yeah, it's a change there. If I'm playing B7,
Hmm.
I start on A, and should I go to D?
Yes, that's right. You got it.
Okay, A minor. Should I start an A
Yes.
and then D?
Yes.
What about C?
What's the lowest note in the C chord?
C?
Right. And that's why it's called C. Because that's that's the lowest note. Yeah. So then it would be same thing. Was that too fast? Did you see what I was doing? So same.
It's also up, top and bottom, top and bottom.
Bottom and top, bottom and top. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Because remember, these are the bottom strings, and these are the top strings, right? But yes, that's right. So that would be C.
Okay. What about G? Is this okay, or do you want it to?
This is great.
Okay.
I want to do
What about
anything
G?
anything you want to work on. I'm happy to help you with whatever you want.
Thank you.
Of course.
So G is E.
That's right, because that's the lowest note is that G, where your second finger is, right?
And then okay.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. What about D7?
I'm gonna let you tell me. Right?
Okay.
Okay, so what's the first name of the D7 chord?
Oh.
It's D.
It's D7.
That's right, D and 7. So where's the D? Where's the lowest D that you play for that chord?
God. The lowest D that I play.
Mhm.
I don't know though.
It's the open D string. It's that one. I think you're playing G. There you put your, yeah, that's right. The chord's right. Now put your thumb on that open D string. Nope. Yes, right there. That's D.
Oh, now. And then
So there's nowhere to go, right?
down?
You could go back, you could go down like this. You could go.
Because
There's nowhere to go. Or you could do it with two fingers over here and go like this. If you want, whichever one you like.
Oh.
Yeah, I think it sounds cool if you go down like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so,
Yeah. So
Okay.
so that's what I mean. You know, when you have some freedom here because you have the right chords for the song and you know what order they go in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know the melody, you're singing it correctly. So anything you play, as long as you're playing the chord correctly, you can play whatever you want because you're kind of in a template, right? You can't mess up because you have the recipe. Maybe that's a good way to explain it, right? Like you have the recipe for making cookies, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there are some basic things that you need. But most people put something extra in there, right? Like you might add a little more vanilla, a little more sugar, but they're still
Yeah.
cookies, right? So
So,
the finger picking, that's up to you. And again, like I said, it you can always play very simple. You could just strum it one time, right? And it's still beautiful. But I understand because you're curious and you're getting better. You want to do more interesting things, right?
okay. Perfect.
Right? Yeah.
Okay. Are you familiar with the song? Have you heard it? No.
Did you do this song a few months ago?
Maybe.
I
Yes.
think you did, yeah, because I think I heard it then. It's beautiful. It's a
Yeah.
great song. Yeah, and
Yeah.
so again, what I want to tell you is, and I don't know if what your personality is, but there's different kinds of players, right? There are some people, and there's nothing wrong. Everybody's good, right? So there are some people when they learn a song, they want to sound exactly like the artist, right? Is that you?
Maybe.
That's okay. I was that way. I was that way when I first started playing, and I would pick really difficult songs, and I wanted to sound exactly like it. But now that I've been playing for a long time, you know, when you play other people's songs, people tell you what they like, right? And they never, almost never say, "Oh my God, you sound exactly like him." They say, "Wow, you made it yours." And it's less work to make it yours too. You know, it's easier, especially if you're singing and playing at the same time. You know, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Kind of thought that you were gonna say that maybe you were gonna say, hey, let's look, maybe move farther so it fits your voice. Oh, maybe that's
No, the video that you played for me, it fits your voice beautifully.
you think so?
I think
Okay.
so, yeah. And
Thank you.
let me ask you, do you feel like it fits your voice good?
Okay.
Does it feel good to you?
I think so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it feels comfortable.
that's it. And
Yeah.
that's
I mean,
another. Go ahead, I'm
it
sorry.
needs some work. It needs some work, but I think it feels comfortable.
And that's another part of the beauty of learning how to play scales and to sing those warm-ups is
Yeah.
your brain is mapping out what's good for you, right? You know now you probably have a good idea how high you can sing and how low you can sing because you do the exercises, right? And then, you know, you just pick a song and if it's too low, you put the capo on, right? You move it up maybe 2 frets, you try it with the chords. Um,
Hmm.
and that's what the capo is for.
Yeah. But would it be safe to say once you put the capo, yeah, everything stays the same? It's like I remember you were saying that when you put the capo, oh this chord is not this chord because you are in the second fret. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It changes, right?
I'll show you. I'll show you, right? So if I take my capo
Mm-hmm.
and I put it on the 2nd fret, so everything is going to be higher, right? Because you can't, if I have the capo at the 2nd fret, this is not E anymore. This is not A. They're higher. And you can hear it, right? And so you know, based on your knowledge of the fretboard, 2nd fret on the E string, what note is that?
Uh, um, E string, second fret is F sharp.
F sharp. Very good. Very good. F sharp. So we have F sharp, we have B, we have E, we have A, C sharp, F sharp. Okay? Because we just moved everything up 2 frets, right? So if I play this chord, right, you probably it looks like an E minor. And let's try it. Play your E minor without the capo. Just strum it. Okay, listen to mine. They're different, right? Yeah, so here's the thing. Right now, you don't need to know what the chord becomes how it changes, because you're using the same shapes, right? You're still using an E minor shape, a C shape, a B7 shape, right? The only time you need to know what those chords become is if you're playing with another person. And what I mean is, if you're playing with another guitar player, then you just say, put your capo on the 2nd fret, and you just play it like an E minor or a B7, because you're playing the same thing, right? But for example, if you're playing with a piano player, you can't put a capo on a piano. So if you tell them the chords are E minor, B7, they're going to say, no, they're not. They're F sharp minor and C sharp minor, or C sharp 7, right? But we don't have to worry about that right now. Okay?
Okay.
That's in the future if you need it. But right now you don't need it. It's just you playing guitar, right? With yourself. Yeah. So yeah, and let's do a little experiment, okay? So I'm going to take my capo off, and I want you to play just a little bit of the song and just sing a few words of it, okay?
Okay. ¿Qué te importa que te ame? El amor que ya ha pasado.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Okay, the reason I'm stopping you, it sounds beautiful, but it's right. That's what you're singing, right? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So if you capo that wouldn't work anymore. So just so you know, the first note that you're singing is a B. Right? Okay. So if you capoed it, I promise you I can teach you how to do that. It's really not, it looks like magic, but it's really not. You'll get it. Okay, so now if you tried to play, so now it would be. Right? Yeah, something like. Right? So, one thing that will be helpful down the road for you is to know what we call it the starting pitch, right?
Starting pitch.
Because in anything in life, there's many names for the same thing, right? In English, Spanish, whatever language, right? So if I'm playing this, I can call that an E note, right? Note. It's also called a pitch. 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 Pitch, right? And do you ever watch those TV shows where the singers compete on TV, like The Voice or anything like that?
Here and there.
Okay.
No, that.
They drive me crazy. I don't watch them, but a lot of people do. That's why I'm asking. And the reason I'm saying it is because sometimes if someone is singing, at the end of the performance, the judge will say, that was a little pitchy.
Pitchy.
Pitchy. And that means they were not singing in tune, right?
Oh.
Yeah, so the pitch And there's an old thing, maybe you did this, maybe you've seen this, before we had these really nice electronic tuners. There's a little pipe that you could get where you would go and you would tune it to the pipe, right? That's called a pitch pipe.
Oh God.
Okay? So the starting pitch is the first pitch that you sing, the first note you sing, right? And in this case, it's a B, right?
Oh
So,
God, I wish you would reproduce it like you do, just like he did it once.
well, it's again, I've
Yeah.
been playing for a long time.
I know, I
A
know, I
long
know.
time. Yeah. And that didn't happen in the beginning. But you're on the path to being able to do that because
Oh,
you're
so.
singing. No, really, because you're singing when you play your scales. And if you think it's really amazing because your brain is doing so many things when you do that, right? So when you're singing, your brain is trying to make your voice fit with every note that you're playing, which is something we naturally do because we have language ability, right? Because we can speak, we can communicate. Like that's how you can hear the difference between a question and a statement, right? So I could say, "You're going out." That's a statement. Or if I say, "You're going out," it goes, right? That makes it a question.
Yeah.
And it's the same in Spanish, right? Spanish has that same, when you ask a question, your voice goes up, right? Some languages don't have that. Thank God English and Spanish has it because like Korean, Chinese, they don't have that. It's weird. It's
Oh
really,
God, oh
yeah,
God.
that's one of the reasons it's hard to understand people from Korea or China because they have
Yeah.
to learn that thing that we do, that we normally do, right?
Ooh,
So you
okay.
have it. It's been in your brain since you were a baby.
Uh-huh.
So that's what's happening is you're learning how to do it and over time you will be able to do that. Because yeah, that's really it. And so like and you'll get to the point where when you start singing that song, na 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 na, you can sing it and then you just find it on the guitar. So you could go na na na, there it is. And then because you know what the notes are on the guitar, that's it. So in the beginning, you'll have to figure it out, but the more you play, it gets faster.
Yeah.
It's amazing, and I know it will for you
Okay.
because you have a good ear. You really do. Some people don't, but you do. You're lucky.
Oh my God. Okay.
Seriously, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's go back to the picking of it. Um, how do you want to play it? Like, what do you want to play it like this?
I started playing it like that, and then I saw this other tutorial where the guy does the finger picking. So if it if if it possible, maybe the introduction I will do it with the finger picking, and
Mm-hmm.
then the body of the song I will go with the.
Okay. So let me ask you this, and this is going to be your opinion. So whatever you think sounds better is correct. Okay. So what if you just did like say what if you only use your thumb and three fingers to where you're doing something like this? Does that sound good? You see, I'm just going.
Yeah, sure. That's what I wanted to know.
Mhm.
Know about. I was okay to go all the way, but I wasn't sure if that was the case. So
Yeah, because
that's what I saw, and but then you can retain.
yeah, okay, then that's good because as you know, it's hard to sing and play at the same time, right?
Mhm.
And so if you can make the picking a little more simple, then
Yeah.
that'll be. And what's great about it is if this becomes one of your songs that you play all the time, then eventually when you have it memorized, then you're going to be able to do more because the way we learn, right? When you learn in the beginning, it's a lot of information, but when you memorize it, it's nothing. And you don't have to think about it. And then you can get really fancy with it. Yeah, like and one of the things that I'm struggling with is I'm trying to learn. I'm still trying to learn "Girl from Ipanema," and it's a bossa nova style, right? And so it's like, and I can play it, but it's really hard for me to sing and play it because
That's new for you.
it's new and it's not. I wasn't born listening to bossa novas like Brazilians, right? And so, and I've never sang and played a bossa nova together. So, I have a rhythm with my hands, and then when you
Mhm.
sing, that's also a rhythm, right? So it's you have to find where you sing and where you don't. And sometimes,
And that's what that's my struggle. Let's say the word that I'm trying to accomplish and my struggle.
yeah,
That sometimes the melody doesn't fit with the rhythm of my voice.
I know, and it's hard for me too. So like and so the best thing you can do is just go really slow. So I'll give you an example. So if I'm going to do the English part, tall and tan and long and lovely, the girl from Ipanema goes walking, and when she passes each one she passes goes, ah. And even there, my rhythm wasn't right with my hand, you know?
But I recognize the song. Well,
Yeah, right.
also I have heard it.
I love the song, and I'm trying to learn the Portuguese too. And he goes like, "Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça," and that's all I got. And it's like, what, and the rhythm for Portuguese is different because it's different words. It's "Olha que coisa mais linda, mais cheia de graça," right? And it's like, oh my god. So it's taking a long time, but
Nice.
so that's the thing, if you break it down into little parts, then, anytime you have a big problem, you just make it into a lot of small problems, right?
Yeah.
And you get it down. Yeah. So can
But
you,
feedback is so always valuable. You
oh,
know,
I'm sorry, what? What did you say?
your feedback is
Thank you.
always uh, valuable
Thank
because
you.
I can adjust what I've been doing. I say, okay, let me apply this.
Thank you.
I
Yeah.
appreciate
And I've been there. I've had the same problems, and I actually have the same problem right now.
it.
So I totally understand.
Okay, thank you, thank
Yeah.
you.
So can you show me one more time? Okay, so let's figure out how it would look if you play like that, just using the thumb and the three fingers.
I just
So do you want to go just up like this, or do you want to go up and down?
I would say the up and down because the how do you say the I like the vocabulary to explain that. The is the words don't come quick after another. It can the rhythm
Mm-hmm.
the is long.
So
So I would think that I would need to give up this strumming to make it longer to fit.
I gotcha. Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
So either, yeah, I know what you mean. So either you're playing it more, or the other possibility is you just let it ring out,
Okay.
right?
Okay. Yeah, I'll practice with that
And that's your choice.
when we. Yeah, but I want to hear it. I want to hear it and feel it, right? And
Yeah.
which one feels more comfortable for
Right.
me.
And another thing that really really helps
Hmm.
is when you're working on this song is what if you just made a video of you just playing the chords, and then you go back and watch the video and you sing with the video, right?
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because then you can see how it fits and you can adjust it, right?
Oh, okay. I hadn't considered that, but it makes sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
because and another great thing about video is as you know, when you make a video, it's exactly what you did, right?
Yes,
And
yes.
so I remember when I was young and I was learning guitar, we couldn't make videos because it was like 1989 or something. I didn't have a video camera, and I had
Yeah.
a really bad little tape recorder, you know, so I could make a recording and I would listen to it and I would think, wow, that's what I sound like, you know, because when you're playing it, it sounds different than when you're listening to it, right?
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
But that's what I would say. Maybe just try different ways. You know, like maybe just do the first maybe 10 minutes of the song and play it like one way, and then when you're recording the video, you're singing it in your head, right, in your mind, and then go
Mhm.
back and listen, and then play with it, play the video, and sing along to it, and
Okay.
you'll know what to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Yes, I'm
Yeah.
gonna try. Yeah.
Because what's great about that is, like I said, you are an expert about music because you've been listening to it since you were a baby, right? So you know all the rules. You have all the rules in your brain. And now what's exciting is you're learning how to build songs, how to create songs. But
Mhm.
and you're when you listen to a video that you made, you're not creating, and now you're listening like you're listening to a song on the radio, and you could say, "Oh, I don't like that. Let's do this. Let's do it." You know what I mean? Let's do it different.
Mhm.
And that's what songwriters do. Like when I'm writing a song, I'll record something really rough that doesn't sound good, and then I go for a walk or ride my bike and I'm listening to it because then I become the listener again. And I think, "Oh, that felt good when I was playing it, but it doesn't sound good. So
Yes,
I should change it." You know?
yes, yes, yeah.
Yeah.
I hear you. Yeah.
All right.
You.
I think we're almost out of time. Can you show me the a couple of the vocal exercises again? I want to see how that's coming along.
Well, yeah. I kind of I did all the neck, but kind of focus on this one because I think this is the one. Mum, 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 mum.
Yeah. And I don't know if you noticed when you started, your voice did not fit, but when you got to the end, you fit.
I fixed it on the.
Yeah, and so I can see your brain adjusting in real time, right?
Mhm.
So the more you play that, and that's another good thing to do, okay? And I know you might not like doing it, but if you can, make a video of yourself playing those,
Oh,
and
okay.
then when you watch it, you can say, "Oh, I was a little pitchy right there."
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Term
Yeah,
pitchy. Okay.
pitchy. Yeah.
Okay.
That's
Yeah, I'll do that.
yeah, but that's really good. That's really good. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so keep doing those, and then I think we were doing mum, right? What word were we using? No or mum? I can't remember.
I started doing the now, and you said you
No.
could also use mom, and so I switched.
Okay, that's cool.
You
Yeah,
mentioned that there were some other
yeah,
words
yeah.
that also could be used, but
Ye-
you haven't shared that with me
Yeah,
yet.
I don't think we need to worry about that right now because
Okay.
I want to get it where it's super easy for you and you don't have to think about it, right? So if I go mum 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 mum. I've done it so many times I don't have to think about it. And
Mm-hmm.
then when you get to that point, we can add other words because the other words use different muscles in your mouth. Like for example, go 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 go. Right? Or
Okay.
another one is nay 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 nay. And it uses different parts of your mouth.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
what I was thinking that
Yeah.
maybe.
But for now, just pick one that you like. If it's
Yeah.
no or mum,
Okay.
yeah, or you could say la if you wanted to. La 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 la. Because the first thing we're focusing on is getting those pitches correct.